What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, Season 2, Episode 5. So with that being said, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a subscriber, every single person that is a member of Patreon. I have legit just botched that. But either way, I got everyone out of the way and that's the main thing. Now with that being said, let's get into this week's episode.
I'm so happy. Last night was the first night I have spent with SHERLON in a year, and first time ever that we were together as a family.
Ariana, oh, what about a cup of hot chocolate?
Yeah, I'll have a little bit. SHERLON and I did enjoy a little bit of a cuddle session, but Odin ended up coming into bed with us.
Flat out, straight up Emily vibes. Remember how Emily was upset that she couldn't get a boom boom, you know what I mean, with a man? You know, because the man was more prioritizing wanted to spend time with his son. Because he wanted to obviously, you know, share a bond. Because he hadn't seen his son in like never. You know what I mean? And it was his first time obviously being in America and also being around his own freaking kid. But Emily only thought about her pum pum getting that boom boom. Well, it looks like to me Ariana has the same freaking situation. She's like flew all the way from the States to Jamaica. And well, as much as I want you to step up to be a good father to your kid that you're meeting for the first time as well, at the same time, a girl's got her needs. And it's kind of crazy how legit the storylines are just parallel. Well done, TLC. Well done. Well done. Scripted mother. Anyway, whatever about it. And nonetheless, though, let's get into the informative side of things. The informative side of things is that, listen, lady, I get it. You ain't seen your man. You want that pom-pom. But remember, you need him and you want him. And he also wants to step up and be and create a bond with his kid, you know, obviously moving forward. So let's not forget the main goal. The main goal is the relationship between the father and his son, not your pom-pom and his Didi, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue.
Waking up next to Ariana and my son is like a dream come true. Like for months, I've been seeing him on phone, but no, it's reality.
Not gonna lie, it just feels like word for word I'm listening to Kobe all over again. That's how it legit feels. But anyway, man, let's continue. But the good thing is both dads are there for the right priorities in terms of their child, which is good. Difference is though, Kobe actually wanted to be with Emily. This guy, on the other hand, he doesn't necessarily want to be with Ariana. That's something that he hasn't made abundantly clear. If anything, he's kind of made it clear that he's been, let's just say, unloyal while she's obviously been in the States, thinking that he is the one for her and he wants her, and he's just struggling to show it. When in reality, man's been getting his wee-wee slipping and sliding elsewhere, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's continue.
Before you cut my head off, you always pertaining to the papers for Mr. O right here.
Paternity papers?
Paternity papers.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
For months, I've been asking SHERLON to send me the paternity papers because I need them to get him added since Odin has been here and he hasn't even done it. If they're filled out, why wouldn't you have just sent them?
Do you see a FedEx anywhere here?
No. Where's FedEx at?
It's in Montego Bay. I don't even know where in Montego Bay. I work 7 days a week, right? 2 jobs. You know? It's kind of tricky for me.
But I think you need to at least take a little bit of ownership that it's something you should have done.
I take blame.
Well, yeah, there's nobody else to blame.
And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right?
Even though it took him forever to get them to me, I am happy that SHERLON finally came through with the paternity papers.
The grind scheme with is that SHERLON can never do any wrong, to be honest. She wants him so bad that even if he's taking his time, she may throw a little strop here and there, but she always turns around and forgives him. So really and truly, SHERLON knows that he knows the situation. He knows the game. And he knows that he doesn't have to put in much effort because, well, girl over here, she's madly in love with him. Well, at least that's the perception at this moment in time. But hey, I can't wait for him to tell her that he's been slipping and sliding and doing that adult swim elsewhere. Because that's what he spoke about in the last episode. You see, he spoke about how he needed to tell her that. Ooh-wee. When that happens, it's going to be explosive. Let's get it. Oh, wait. Hold on a minute. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if I haven't told you yet, if you're looking to become a member of the channel so you can get that exclusive access to no wait, what? That makes sense. Yeah, so you can get that exclusive early access to content before it's uploaded to everybody else, so you can get your comments in first, as well as extra perks like emojis and the whole shebang. Oh my days. The link for to join the channel is down below in the description. But hey, let's continue.
Hey, I just kind of wish we could spend more time together, you know?
You mentioned about that visa thing?
The visa, you know, we haven't really done anything for it. He says there's really not anything we can do right now because the embassy's closed. The last time I was in Jamaica, SHERLON agreed to get a tourist visa so we could spend chunks of time together in the US and work on building our relationship.
In the last episode, I spoke about how SHERLON could have came over to the States and how he could have gone to America to see his son, but obviously he hasn't done that because because he just didn't want to because he's a lazy piece of and therefore now Ariana's now having to take a trip all the way back to Jamaica to see him so he can meet his son for the first time. And when I said that, somebody decided to challenge me in the comment section and be like, that's because you can't get one because of X, Y, Z. And I was like, no, yes, you can, because he was able to get one before. It's just that it ran out, and since then he hasn't come back. And right here, Ariana has proven me right, even though I knew I was right anyway. Clearly, he has the ability to get that tourist visa because that was the plan. But allegedly, according to SHERLON, the embassy's closed. To be honest, if you ask me, I don't think that's the case. I think SHERLON was too busy enjoying that adult swim lifestyle rather than enjoying the lifestyle of going to see his son for the first time. And he also knew that Ariana was always going to bring his son to her in Jamaica. Well, why? Because she's desperate. She's desperate for him. And that is pretty much what I call taking advantage of someone's... It's not even kindness, just taking advantage of someone's feelings towards you. That's what I call it, yeah. Emotional advantage, yes. Anyway, let's continue. But before I forget though, if you're looking for that unrestricted content and other content that we don't put on YouTube, the link for Patreon is down below in the description, where you can find other shows that we will be doing, that we are doing, my apologies, Married at First Sight, the full shebang, where you get to experience the whole episode with me, and also Teen Mom UK as well as other things too. But nonetheless though, let's continue. The link for that is down below in the description.
We could get married and be together as a family full-time.
So what did you know then? I don't feel that I want to go live in the States right now, bro.
So then how are you ever going to see your kid? Are you just going to expect us to come here all the time?
I'm going to find some other way.
Because that doesn't sound very promising at all. Seems like we're going to leave. Once SHERLON met Odin, he would want to come to the US and be with us. But now he drops his bomb that he doesn't think he wants to move to the US at all.
Boom, 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 bam. I told you. I don't know who it was that contested me. I don't know why people contest me. You know what I mean? I'm rated wrong. What can I say? But don't contest me again. Because as you can see, SHERLON himself has now even come out with the information. I don't even want to go to the States. I have no intentions of moving to this. He was waiting for her to make the jump. In fact, he's probably expecting her to move to Jamaica as well. Boom, bam. I told you. What can I say, man? I enjoy the bragging part. But nonetheless, though, if you're still here because clearly I've got you hooked to what we're doing here right now, then clearly you want to become a subscriber. So hit that big red button next to the notification bell and also the like button too. But anyway, let's continue.
I have to want to be there. I would be so dishonest if I would come and tell her, I'm still in love with you, I love you. Then go to the US, and then he's going to be the one that get hurt at the end of the day because me and her are going to fight.
Okay, so you should have told me this before you was born.
Yes. I should have said all of this before he was here, but the thing about it is, like, that was then, and this is now, you know? I do hope me and Ariana could build back the spark and, build back our relationship. But that doesn't happen overnight. We still gotta, like, work on us.
You're saying that while we're here, but, like, it's just gonna be the same. I just feel like you don't always, like, mean the things that you say, so.
Either it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. It's simple as that.
Sure.
Emotional abuse. Taking full advantage.
We need to work on our relationship, but how are we supposed to do that when we are in two different countries? He won't move to the US unless our relationship gets stronger, but it's not going to get stronger unless he's there. It feels like a no-win situation. You sit here and say, I'll try, but like, I don't actually see you trying. Like, I see you trying with Odin, I don't see you trying with me.
I know I said all these things in the past, right? But now you just have to hold me accountable this time, all right? Do you hear me?
Yep.
I think it's not too late to work on it.
I'll do my best, bro.
You understand? Be your man.
I still haven't been fully honest with Ariana because I was trying to protect her feelings and to kind of, get her off me a little bit. But I know that Ariana deserves honesty,
Open your heart now. It's for Ariana and the baby.
Right. I hate giving bad news, but if the truth have to come out, the truth does have to come out. Because it's going to come out sooner or later.
Her heart is yours. Don't break it into.
Slippery, slippery mofo. Slippery, slippery mofo. Look at him, he's plotting. Listen, this guy knew full on what was going on this whole time, his intention the whole time. He just wasn't man enough to be honest about it. And the fact is though, to make it worse, the fact that he's having this conversation in front of his brother is embarrassing. Like the end of the day, this is a conversation that him and Ariana was supposed to have in private. And most important, it's a conversation that they were supposed to have way back. But again though, he was waiting for her to bring his son to Jamaica so he could see his son at least before telling XYZ, because he knew if he told her that, there's a chance that she may have said, well, you know what, I'm not coming to you because you're gonna have to come to me. And rightly so, because why should she spend all that money to go and travel to him to see his son when he's moving with absolute lies? So the fact is though, this guy is literally just using her just to see his son without him having to spend a single penny. Taken though. Yeah, this guy is a DICK, but nonetheless, let's continue.
Yesterday, I received a message from Frankie telling me he's not coming to Mexico. I was so mad and hurt because he cut off all of the communication. But his best friend Rodney and his fiancé Selena still came here to Puerto Vallarta.
¿Cambio de temperatura? ¡Ay, ahí viene! ¡Espera!
We met Rodney and Selena 5 months ago when they was on vacation with Frankie. I'm glad that Rodney came because I need to know more. I need to know what happened. Maybe he has answers for me.
Hello! Hey, Rodney!
How are you? Because
This whole storyline with Frankie, Abby, and Gabby, just messed up. I mean, and now we've got a friend who's now come instead. Oh, Jesus Christ. You just can't make sense out of no sense, can you, really, into it? But okay, let's continue with this hell of a storyline.
Ask you something. Okay. And I need to answer me everything you know.
Okay.
Can you tell us what happened with Frankie? Why didn't come, Frankie?
He didn't explain to me why he didn't show up.
If something happens, he gets sick, or his work is bad, or something like that. We are so confused. What do you know about it?
Yo realmente creí que
He doesn't
no
want
iba
to
a
come.
venir.
You thought he was still gonna come?
Yeah.
My opinion
Su opinion?
is he was feeling more love for one girl than other.
¿Cómo?
I can feel right now anything. I'm in a difficult position. If I don't translate everything that Rodney says, maybe Gabby is suspicious, but if I translate everything, I'm gonna be in troubles. Él siente que sentía más amor por una de nosotras que por la otra.
Wow. Iba a venir a divertirse, va a pasar unas
She said that he's gonna
deliciosas
come to the
con
con and
nosotras.
with the two of us.
I mean, she ain't lying, man. He would have had a delicious vacation with both of them. And he already had a delicious vacation with both of them. But my man over here wanted to prioritize one chick. What a fool. And now he's not coming? Anyway, let's continue.
Love with Abby. He wanted to marry Abby.
Dijo que él se quería casar conmigo.
And he wanted to bring Abby back to the United States.
Que quería llevarme a mí a Estados Unidos.
He even went as far as to purchase a ring.
Claro que lo siento como una pesadilla. Todo empezó siendo una bonita fantasía. Y de repente me cae la cubeta de agua fría en la cara. Estoy confundida. ¿Tú sabías eso? Abby, ¿tú sabías eso? Abby.
That moment where you have nothing to say, you're just like, yeah. I'm so happy they got caught red-handed, man. Red-handed. But you know what, though, to be honest, if I was in that situation, I know exactly what I would say. I would say that if you're still here, then clearly you want to become a subscriber, so hit that big red button and make sure you like the video too, you know what I mean? And don't forget, you can join the channel or you can join Patreon for all that exclusiveness. Come on, that unrestrictedness. But anyway, let's continue.
I kind of have an ulterior motive for bringing you here.
What do you mean?
I'm ready to say it.
Ashton's going to be moving in with us.
What?
He's going to be living in our third room.
Our house is already small. It's Amber, her sister, me, and 4 cats, and now Ashton.
He's going through a lot right now. He's going through a separation and he needs somewhere to live, and he's going to live with us.
She know I want to turn that bedroom into a bathroom. Now, I don't get my second bathroom, and we gotta share the bathroom we have with another person. I moved here from Costa Rica. I decided to come here with you in San Francisco because I want a home with you back to like just us.
Just in case you forgot, they wasn't there for the last episode, they were there for the episode before that. And she, right now, just a reminder, so he can't work. Remember this key point, he cannot work because he does not have the work visa. Green card has not come yet. So it is not in his ability, so it's not in his hands for him to be able to work. That is a very key to what's to come, okay? But on top of that, he already lives with his wife and her friend, okay? And now she's telling him that there's another friend who's also going to move in too. So that's two friends he's got to accommodate for. And she's already said, no, we can't do an extension on another bathroom, you know, because we haven't got the monies and all that kind of stuff. But in her head, she's like, well, he's not paying anything. So it's not up to him about who can stay in my house, because at the end of the day, he's not paying a single thing. So she's using the fact that he can't work against him, even though it is not in his hands. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Us. You don't pay the mortgage, okay? Like, that's a lot to take on. And Ashton coming in is just gonna help.
When that's gonna happen? You don't include me in this. Like, you know what I mean? You're just gonna move somebody into the house. We are partners.
Partners are 50-50, and right now I'm doing 100%.
I know this isn't ideal, but since Daniel doesn't have a job yet, I'm struggling to make ends meet. And having Ashton contribute to the mortgage financially is going to help us and relieves a lot of pressure.
I guess it is what it is. He's moving in.
Yeah, he is moving in.
For me, respect in the relationship is everything. If the relationship doesn't have respect, nothing will work.
You see, that is the biggest issue that we have had hand here. The biggest issue is that she's not respecting him in any kind of way. She's literally flat out saying it's my way, or it's my way and that's it. As long as I'm paying the bills and all that kind of, it's my way and that's it. And listen, I understand it. I get it to a certain degree, but you can't neglect respect. If she was doing this in a respectful way, then we're having a different conversation. I can completely understand. But she's not doing this in a respectful way. She's doing this in a I don't give a damn about what you got to say. Your opinion is never going to matter. You know, what you want or how you prefer it to be is irrelevant because you don't pay the bills. And it's sad because at the end of the day, even though that may be true, it's not like it's his fault. She's the one that decided to go abroad, to marry a man from a different country, bring him to the States, then use her money to buy a house, okay, for them to have a place to live. This is her choices here. It's not like he said to her, hey, okay, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do that. No. This is something that she chose on by herself, her own. You know what I mean? It's like you can't penalize someone else for what you decided to do. And because now it's getting a little bit hard, you now want to start throwing things in the spanner, which again is okay. I can understand her wanting to bring in friends to help them. I can understand that, but she hasn't done it in a respectful way, and that is the biggest problem. And like you said, if there's no respect, then how the hell are we supposed to work? But anyway, let's get into it.
Ashton into the house without telling me. Please respect me. I think we should get out of here.
I think it's a good idea.
I know she's worried about money, but our relationship has to be more important than the money.
Facts. Yep, relationship be way much more important, but hey, it seems to me as if she's more than happy to lose him just for the sake of X. It's silly, man, really silly. And you know the worst thing, it's one, you know what, one of the worst two reasons out of many reasons to lose someone is one, because of friends, and two, because of financials. But hey, yeah. And with that being said, I think her friends should be like, do you know what? We are intervening in your relationship and we're creating an unstable household. So, do you know what? Let's just remove ourselves from the situation. But her friends aren't even thinking about it. They're like, we just need a place to be. So that's where the friends, they still play a role in terms of not being really good friends, in terms of telling her that she should be conducting herself in a different way. You know what I mean? But hey.
Like your personality, I watch it today. I've been in Colombia for a few days, and last night after the club, Carlos was irritated with me because I was dancing around and making a spectacle of myself. And according to Carlos, I shouldn't act like that in Colombia, even at a gay club. But there's no way to stuff me back in the box during my time here, or at all even. Turn right. No. You said turn right. We are on our way to be Carlos's friends, and I want to make a great impression. I'm hoping we could relax, have a good time, and put the drama of yesterday behind us.
our favorite couple. The couple that makes all the sense in the world. Oh dear, let's just run through again why these two are a match made in heaven. Yeah, let me run through it. So, of course, they're both gay. One of them is openly gay, one of them is still in the closet. Both of them are both top, neither one of them are bottom. One is poly, one is not. One has told his parents and friends and family, everybody knows. And everyone, other one of us hasn't told basically his family at all in any kind of way. You see how they are a match made in heaven? Yeah, again, I'm being sarcastic. Definitely not. Honestly, I just don't understand how they're still going, to be honest with you. I'll tell you a fun fact though, okay? I'll tell you a very fun fact. Carlos, the man himself, decided to follow me. Yeah, I see him following me. It doesn't mean I'm gonna play nice though. I still continue as always, Mr. Carlos. Yeah, anyway, let's just continue with this madness, because at the end of the day, this is about to potentially go south, because, well, it always does with these two, sadly so. But to be fair, I do feel like they could be a very good couple, to be honest with you, if they just had things, if they just had similar things, if they had similar interests, or if they were both in the same mindset, but sadly they're not. So yeah.
Things I thought about this morning about how we in America got to where we are versus where we came from. So like with gay rights, people were bold enough to not just only speak out, but live fully in their truths. Like if it wasn't for a lot of the gay community going against the grain, we wouldn't be where we are today. You see what I'm saying? Because those people paved the way for us.
I understand that, and I was not trying to lack your personality, but for me, due to my culture, because I'm from here, I feel uncomfortable.
Okay, all right, I get it. But if you had more people that were willing to risk being socially ostracized to be whoever they truly wanted to be, then progress would happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. I understand what Valentine means when he is justifying his behavior at the nightclub, and he's right. And I'm so inspired by him, actually. I think Valentine can teach me how to be more open and feel comfortable with myself as a gay man.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
I went today to be relaxed, so I invited my friends to have some drinks and of course meet Valentine.
It is very crazy though, and very irritating how, like, in some parts of the world, being openly gay is something that you can do, you know, with so much more ease. Doesn't mean it's easier, but with so much more ease. But in some countries, it's a little bit more challenging. And the same is even in religions and cultures. Some are accepting and some are still obviously refusing to transition and X, Y, Z. It is crazy how, like, no matter what happens in the world, there's still going to be a struggle of something somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Okay, there's going to be some countries where women are more than equal than men. Then there's countries where women are still not equal as men. There's countries where racism is not too bad. And then there's countries where racism is completely shocking. Do you know what I mean? And there's countries where being open and being, you know, being able to be gay or trans or anything, you know, that falls underneath that kind of exceptional life where you can be free to be who you are. It's okay to happen in some countries, but then it's not okay in other countries. And again, relate same thing to even religions and cultural stuff and all that kind of shebang. And it is so sad, man. Like, which is why I think, to be fair, without actually judging their relationship in terms of how they're just not compatible, it is good that the conversation is being made in terms of the differences of, you know, how he's able to do it in America because, you know, he has the ability because of X, Y, Z. But of course, with Carlos, on the other hand, he feels like as if he doesn't necessarily have that same ability. But at the same time, though, Carlos does have a cousin who in the previous episode has already come out to his family, you know, and his friends that he is gay. So the fact that he has a cousin that's done it, it should be something that should give him the push to also want to do it too, if you really and truly. But again, I understand it, and that's why this conversation is important to be brought into the screen to say that it's not always easy for us. It's not easy for others as it is for others. You know what I mean? So I do get it, but again, he's got a cousin that's already done it. So follow the footsteps and stop being a wuss. Come on now, man. Let's get into it. Especially if you're looking to date someone like Valentine. Like, to date someone like Valentine, you gotta be ready for everything. Otherwise, he's gonna put you through a whole lot of madness. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Yusnady is my best friend on earth, and Victor is my ex-boyfriend, and now he's one of my best friends. Valentine knows that we were once a couple, and he's cool with it.
Como
se sintió cuando se vieron por primera vez frente a frente?
It was emotional, and I was a little nervous.
Tus expectativas.
He's asking if I fulfill your expectation by meeting me.
Yes. See.
Don't forget, Valentine's looking for a bottom to join them because both of them are top. And my man brings his ex-boyfriend, who's now his best friend, but that clearly means his ex-boyfriend must have been the bottom. Valentine's like, let's bring him in. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring him into you're already familiar with him in his bottom, so let's bring him in. Come on now, let's not mess about. That's our problem solved. Yeah, okay. Don't forget to become a member of Patreon if you haven't done it already. You know what I'm saying? For all the unrestricted content. Yes. And subscribe if you're still here. Yeah, let's go.
Hablado muchas cosas de ti buenas, no tan buenas.
He said that I've talked to them about you, good things, and he said another not that good.
What did you tell him?
Well,
It's about to get good.
El poliamor. O sea que el poliamor es, toma esta persona y la sapo cuando yo quiera y no ha pasado nada.
No. But that's not what I'm about, and I don't think that's what being polyamorous is really about. I'm just capable of loving more than one person.
if there is somebody coming that you may fall in love more than me, what happened to me?
I think that even if it was monogamous, that could happen with anybody. If I fell in love with another person, that doesn't mean I'm leaving Carlos. That means I want to introduce.
Pero lo que yo entiendo es como que querer a varios al mismo tiempo.
I'm used to people having questions and being confused about what polyamory is, but I'm worried if Carlos's friends don't support or understand my polyamorous lifestyle, that they may influence Carlos in a negative way. Carlos and I will definitely need to find a compromise about polyamory if this relationship is going to have a future.
Ya presentaste.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Valentine, listen, I'm not even surprised those words came out of Valentine's mouth. And trust me when I tell you, he said them for a reason again. Because he sees. Let me say less.
Pero si está planeado en hacerse.
No te animaste conmigo.
Victor and I, we dated 12 years ago. I was pretty young, and at that time, I was not ready to come out of the closet and show my family my true colors.
¿Por qué crees que es el momento justo de decirle a tu familia que eres abiertamente gay y que tienes una pareja, aquí en este caso Valentín?
Bueno, Víctor, cuando yo estuve contigo, lo que pasa es que eran otros tiempos, yo tenía 18 años, yo no tenía la madurez que tengo hoy día.
Sabías, te llevas ese privilegio, cosa que no tuve yo. Yo me sentí extraño. Y a pesar que no somos nada, hubo algo. Yo hubiese querido en algún momento estar en el lugar que está Valentín. O sea, que Carlos me presentara de pronto con su hermana o con el resto de la familia. Valentín está tomando un paso muy importante por ti.
He's saying that introducing you to my sister is something big that you must appreciate.
Learning about Victor and Carlos's relationship helped me to see how uncomfortable Carlos was with his sexuality at that time and better understand why he was the way he was at the club. And also it shows me how important and serious it is for him to introduce me to his sister. I'm happy that Carlos is becoming more open. He's not necessarily moving at the pace I would like him to move, but at least he's moving. Do you still love him?
Pues sí.
Want to join?
¿Por qué no?
He said, why not?
No tuve mala cama con Carlos.
I mean, obviously, it's good to learn that there has been a progression within Carlos since the very beginning. So, shout out to him for that progression. You know what I mean? Because obviously, everything's always key. No, sorry. Having some progression is always better than no progression. So it's good to see that he's taking those steps. But at the same time, though, I'm still going to stand by what I say in terms of the fact that Valentine's way too far gone. And I just don't know if Valentine's going to have the patience to wait for the pace that Carlos is going for. Because at the end of the day, sometimes some people go at a pace that's just way too slow for yourself. And that's just the reality of it. So it really comes down to, how long is it going to take for him to be fully, unless he's waiting to just move to America, if that's in the books, and then once he's in America, he's going to be free. But then either way, though, even if he moved to America and he was more free with it, the fact that he still wouldn't have potentially told his whole family would still be a burden on him. So it's going to be very crucial that he just lets it out before the relationship even goes any further, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even be thinking about marriage. I know Valentine has all the intentions to want to propose to Carlos if things go well. And if I was Valentine, I ain't proposing until he knows that until Carlos has been able to tell his whole family. And if that doesn't happen within the 90 days, well then It is what it is. Carlos has made his bed and Valentine can go off and find someone else who's more compatible. But the matter of fact is, regardless of whether Carlos tells his parents or not, are they still compatible either way? Hell to the freaking no, because there are so many other things that also are big red flags in their relationship. So yeah.
Some questions that I have been too afraid to ask. I wanted to talk a little bit more just about some things we talked about yesterday. The biggest thing for us is definitely trust. Exactly. And I want to know, like, have you been seeing other people, like, around here?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm innocent. I have had some girls, but, like, not like to say, oh, we're in a relationship.
Sherlon is trying to tell me that he's seen other people, and that's just, like, so unacceptable to me, because that basically means while I was in the hospital, you know, fighting for my life at one point and having Odin fight for his life for a very long time, that he was just out prancing around doing whatever he wanted while, you know, I was the one suffering. And that really just makes me feel like he gives zero craps about my feelings.
If a female comes on to a heterosexual man, right? He could have the prettiest wife at home. But if she says come, what do you think he's going to do?
Not every man is going to jump on any bitch that's like right in his front leg.
No, but I didn't say anything. I said if a beautiful female comes and say, hey, I like you.
So you're telling me that any time a beautiful girl comes up to you, you're right, your gun's blazing, ready to go.
I've never been like a faithful guy. Men have weaknesses and urges. My weakness is women. So, you know, I have my little friends.
Sherlon does not speak for every man out here. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's trying to ruin it for every single man out here. He's trying to say that every man, it doesn't matter how beautiful his woman is, if another woman comes up to him, he's going to go off and do madness. No. There are many men out there in this world who are loyal, okay? Of course, there are men out there that are not loyal, but I'll tell you this now, right here. Based on statistics in general, right? There's actually been more women who've actually been unloyal than men in God knows how long, to be fair with you. So before we go in the comment section about, oh man, cheese, listen, stats don't lie. Women, there are more women out there who are cheating more than men. Remember that. Yeah, let's go. But Sherlon, what are you doing? Are you a fool? So basically, he's telling her right now, it doesn't matter how good looking you are. If another woman comes, I'm taking it because you're just not enough for me. Because I'm a hungry freaking dog. He's a hyena. He's a thirsty boy. And he's never been loyal in his whole entire life. But at the end of the day, if that's his life, that's his life. But he shouldn't be out here getting another woman pregnant, knowing that he has no intentions of actually being loyal or being with her. And it makes you wonder if he's got other kids floating around in Jamaica or floating around the world. Who knows? This guy, the audacity. I feel sorry for her. But I really hope that she sees this as a red flag and she knows that she now needs to move on from this clown. And that's it. And if he wants to see his son, he's gonna have to make that trip to America because he has the ability to apply for that visitor's visa, which I've been saying he can do. Because he had it before. But hey, with that being said though, don't forget to become a member of the channel so you can get early access to content, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you're still here and new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's go. Like the video, yes.
Seeing, you know, other women when I leave, then, you know, it's gonna be different.
You need to explain to me what do you mean by going to be different?
If you're, you know, kind of be absent with finances and raising him and then, like, also seeing other people, like, what do you expect me to do when I go back? You think I'm going to want to, like, put you on his birth certificate?
Like this, like, make me flare up and get angry.
How do you
like, nah, but hold on. Never try to use my kid against me. Never try to use my son
against me. If you're doing your part, I won't do that.
This girl is trying to use my son against me. And to me, that is blackmail. And I'm worried if I can't make things work with Ariana, like, I am not going to be able to be in my son's life as much as I want.
Bro, don't be a hypocrite. Don't even be a hypocrite. Don't even be a hypocrite. The fact that he's going to be a hypocrite by saying that that's blackmail, I'm going to tell you why. Because this is the guy that purposely withheld information to guarantee that she would fly all the way to Jamaica with his son so he can see his son because he's too lazy to go and see his own son. And now he's talking about how she can't play the same card. Bro, you already started the game. You already started this. But it doesn't mean that this should be the case and this should be the scenario moving forward. Of course, she should do better and not fall into that. By the end of the day, does she ever have every right to say that I will no longer bring your son to Jamaica and you must come to America? 100%. 100%. Because if she's going to be the sole parent That means all the money that she's making is gonna have to go to her and her son, and it's not gonna be easy being a single parent. And that's just the bottom line. And if he's the one who's pretty much in Jamaica living la vida loca, well, then that means he's gonna have more money on his hands to go and travel to go see her, unless, of course, he send the money via bank transfer every month to help support with their son, and he sends her money to also, or at least a portion of the fee for her to travel to Jamaica so he can see his son. Then different conversation. But if she's gonna have to go into this, if she's gonna have to go into this fully all by herself financially, well, then she has every right to say that, well, you can't see your son until you come to America to see your son. And to be honest with you, why not? If he's not putting any money forward, then why should he get any say? Bloody sperm donors these days, man, thinking they have authority to control the narrative, but yet they don't want to pay a single penny. Fools. Women, do better. Stop spending your money so your child can get to know his father just because he or she's father, knowing that the father isn't even being a father, because if he was being a father, well, then he'll be spending his own money to make sure that his kid is getting money, a father would make sure that his kid is actually getting some money for, food, clothes, toiletries, whatever you call it, you name it, you know what I'm saying? But if he's putting nothing down the line, ladies and gentlemen, please stop going out of your way with your pocket just so your child is guaranteed a father, because at the end of the day, why put yourself out of pocket for a waste man? Simple as that. You're better off finding another man who's going to step up to be a stepdad, and he's actually going to put funds towards your kid because he's that amazing, because that happens. Let's not forget that. Don't waste time on a clown. But anyway, let's get into it.
Relationship with me and you, that don't have nothing to do with this boy. As long as I am being a father to him in the best way I can.
So how can you show me, though, that you're going to do the best you can? Like, what can
But
you show me?
I cannot physically show you that, boom, I'm going to fix me. How am I going to physically show you that?
Like, by making an effort with me while I'm here. Because it's like, you forget that, like, when we first met, like, you literally were, like, in love with me. Like, you told me how much you loved me, and, like, you were so, like, verbally and emotionally and physically, like, affectionate towards me. Like, you literally treated me the way, like, I always wanted to be treated. And then literally as soon as I'm pregnant, you never treated me that way ever. And, like,
That's just the way I am.
you should have told me, like, look, I don't know, like, if I want to come with you in the U.S., because I would have looked at other options. Like, I wouldn't have trusted you as much to have unprotected sex with me. Like, I would have, like, literally used, a condom, got the Plan B pill. If you're somebody who didn't think, like, was really in love with me,
But
people would be like, you, like, misled me.
I take ownership for misleading you. I'm sorry, all right? I take ownership for my feel me?
Cool, you're gonna take the ownership, but, like, you have to work on that. Like, I'm not some random bitch who's came along in your life and has been in and out, or, like, I'm the mother of your kid now. I am tied to you for life.
Mm-hmm.
You owe me that respect to at least, like, try and give him two parents that love each other.
But
We have to be able to tell him that, like, we really tried to make it work with us. We at least owe him that. Odin can know one day that both of his parents fought to give him, like, the best possible situation.
SHERLON is one hell of a piece of, you know what? I'll leave that for Patreon, where I can really go off and make that content and not hold back on what I want to say, because what I got to say about SHERLON right now, YouTube won't approve it. So, yeah, we'll leave that for Patreon. No. The way this guy's moving, unacceptable. Okay. Yeah, he's about to get grilled. Yeah, you see.
Odin growing up thinking that, his dad didn't want to be there, or his dad didn't love him enough to even try.
I told you I'm going to try, right? What else you want to hear? I told you I'm going to try.
And and I'm going to embrace that while I'm here. Because we basically have 2 weeks to figure it out with us, so it's not going to be leaving here on a question mark.
I hope these 2 weeks of figuring out is more like 2 weeks to figure out how we're going to co-parent, not figure out how we're going to be together. Because if this woman is still focusing on figuring how to be with him, she's an idiot. Nah. Man just fully said that he cannot be. He just said he does not know how to be loyal, and he fully admitted to misleading you, knowing that you would get pregnant. The man didn't care for no. No. Put some respect in your name. Come on now, Ariana. Look up. Put some respect in yourself. Know your worth. Don't play yourself like this. You look like a clown right now. You're deciding to still work on things with this guy for the sake of you. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. He admitted that he lied to you. He admitted he basically never loved you. He just wanted that panani. That's it. With no consequences, but now they're here. And I'm not saying the kid is a consequence. What I'm talking about is that you're now going to have to be a single mum and finance your child by yourself, because this client ain't stepping up ever. Point blank, period. Unless, of course, this is just a storyline.
What's up, roomie? Daniel's not the happiest person, but...
How was telling him? Like, be honest. Like, how did he really take
he's
it?
pissed.
I just want to be comfortable, but I want him to be
No, I
comfortable
know.
too.
And I think he will be. He just has to
Yeah.
come around to the idea.
Inviting Ashton to move in is not to make Daniel more miserable or uncomfortable, but it financially is going to help us, and I'm helping my friend at the same time. So I don't regret telling Ashton he can move in with us. I just regret not including Daniel on that decision. Home sweet home?
This is my room. All right.
This will be your new living room.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi,
what's up?
baby.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Rudy. Have you been?
Good.
Yeah.
Moving already?
I didn't bring that much, so.
That's good.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. When Daniel greeted me for the first time, I thought it was really awkward. I had no clue what I was walking into. It was very uncomfortable. I'm trying not to think about it too much yet because it is day one, but I don't feel the most optimistic right now about my choice to move here. I'm hoping it gets better, but right now I'm kind of regretting my decision.
Welcome to Seminole.
Opa.
Popping bottles. I know we don't have the fanciest.
The most selfish. The whole thing just selfish. That's it. I lost my words. Just selfish. Yep.
Well, now you wanna live here with us. You have to, clean it up and pick all your stuff. Like,
Always, yeah.
you like around the house.
Daniel, you don't even clean up after yourself.
I do.
Okay.
You won't even know I'm here in a lot of ways.
I don't wanna like making party here. Bringing strange people to the house.
I'm not gonna have like parties all the time, people over all the time, but if I do, I'm not gonna run it past you.
No,
Why
I
would
think
run it
he's
past
just saying like he feels like he's the man of the house and he wants to know
I'm
who's
fine,
coming.
man. What do you mean?
No, I know
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
fighting
saying,
for the
but
title of man of the
you also
house.
have to understand he's paying rent. So if he wants to bring somebody back, he can.
Don't feel like you need his approval.
Amber taking Ashton's side made me feel angry, made me feel less important. Husband should be like this and best friend should be like this. But it's different, like best friend here and husband here.
I don't understand why you're so upset.
I don't choose the situation, let's thank to her. She playing this like 2 months ago. But she don't tell me nothing until a week ago. I want to be the most important person in my wife's life. It's fine, I'm gonna just go to the room. I'm gonna stay in my room just.
Wow. I hope that these two are broken up by now. I really hope so because the way she's moving is unacceptable. Nah. One of the worst things, and this is me saying this from a man's perspective. One thing I tell you is that as a man, you never want to feel like someone else is a priority over you unless it's your kid. You know what I mean? That's it. But then again, even as a woman, you don't want your man's friends to be more. Like come on now, man. Nah, there is no respect in this relationship in any kind of way. She's overstepped so much. This guy needs to just get up and just go back home, man. That's as simple as that. Get on the plane, disappear. Don't come back. This woman's useless. Yeah, whatever, man.
Dijo que se quería casar conmigo. ¿Tú sabías eso? Abby, ¿tú sabías eso? Abby. ¿Una sorpresa para quién? ¿Para mí? Pues sí, está siendo una gran sorpresa para mí.
I asked Rodney, tell me what happens with Frankie, and he said that Frankie fell in love with me, and he wants to marry with me and bring me to him to the US. The plan was that I get married with Frankie, and after that, we can find out what we can do to bring Gabby to the US with us. Me hubiera gustado tener el valor suficiente para haberle dicho esto antes a Gabby, porque ahora ya es muy tarde y esto se ha complicado demasiado.
I hope Gabby leaves your ass.
Sí, ahora entiendo todo, ahora te entiendo. No me quiso ver la cara. Frankie venía a llevarse a mi chica. Mi chica sabía que se iba a ir con Frankie. Y yo con mi cara de estúpida creyendo que todo esto está bien. Estoy triste, estoy consternada.
Initially, he was going to come here and tell Gabby. He was going to tell Gabby the truth. He did not want to do it over the phone or over text. He wanted to do it in person.
But he don't come.
I didn't want to cause this conflict between them. I wish I spoke to Abby about it first. I thought maybe they might have had that conversation already. I think what made him change his mind is he didn't want to come between you two.
Discúlpame, pero qué pocos huevos de... O sea, qué pocos huevos de no tener el valor de venir y decirme... Que ama a mi chica.
What if he came and he told you?
Pues por lo menos una cachetada se hubiera llevado.
We didn't want to be the ones that delivered this message. We did.
A ustedes se lo agradezco.
And she is so
Porque si no
grateful
haya sido de esta
because
manera, yo no
if
estuviera enterada.
it doesn't happen this way, she never knows.
Gracias. Mira, yo de aquí en adelante, mi corazón está quebrado.
her heart is broken. I love both Frankie and Gabby, but I never meant that Gabby find out this way. I never want to lose Gabby, but now I'm worried that I'm losing her. And I don't want to have this conversation.
¿Quieres que me vaya yo? No, no, no te vayas, no. Como sea. Yo me quisiera ir al fondo del océano. Abby esta vez la me traicionó, me mintió y ella me lastimó. Mira, yo ya ni siquiera puedo ver a Abby a los ojos. Yo no sé si pueda perdonarla. Entonces, en este momento no sé si pueda continuar nuestra relación.
Gabby, leave her. She's an old good piece of backstabbing you. You know what I mean? Nonetheless though, that is this week's episode, and I'll tell you what, this has definitely probably been the best episode so far. Yeah, to be fair, because I think this episode had good information in terms of obviously Valentine and Carlos's relationship. I think everything that they covered with them two this week was actually things that were actually meaningful. Do you know what I mean? We could actually watch it and be like, you know what, this is good. This is progression in certain directions, in certain ways, in terms of helping people that are watching the video understand that XYZ is not exactly the same in every single country and all that kind of stuff. So that was good. And, you know, finally seeing SHERLON be honest was also great too, you know what I mean? But the fact that Ariana still considers still being with him is just beyond me. And then we got the flipping, what's her name? Forgot her name already, but the woman that has no respect for her husband in any kind of way just because he isn't paying his way when that isn't even his choice. Yeah, their relationship is definitely the most off-key one today. And then obviously we've got the Abby one with Frankie not coming this week, not coming over, the coward. Frankie should have flew over and he should have told them himself. So he's more than happy to be a home wrecker, but he's not happy to then tell the truth himself. Fool. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking down below, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, I will be making an extra video on Patreon today about the situation involving SHERLON and how I really feel, if you know what I mean. But with that being said though, like, subscribe, and peace.